Today we're taking a look at the ViewTV 60-mile antenna. This is their Silver Series. There's a few different flat antennas they have. This is the Silver Series 60-mile that they recently sent to us. Wanted to kind of show you everything that comes with it, talk about my experience with testing this versus other 60-mile antennas of the type. Now right off the bat, it comes with an amplifier that runs off this is a custom USB cable. So it's not a micro USB as many of these are. You will need this specific USB cable to charge that. You can charge it off your TV on the power port there. It worked for me. It does come with a wall charger also. The antenna itself is pretty straightforward. It's a standard size for a 60-mile antenna. There are ones bigger, there are ones smaller that claim to be 60 miles. This is a good kind of point to talk about the claim of 60 miles on these antennas. Now, this is based off of best case circumstances. So take that with a grain of salt. All antennas, I talked to a couple of manufacturers, why do you use mileage? It's very inconsistent because it's based off of what's between you and the transmitter. And they said, well, there's really no other good system to use, so we use mileage on this. So I recommend you go over to antennarecommendations.com. I'll put a link to it in the show notes down below, antennarecommendations.com, and test it out and to see if it works or if it does not, or for you. Some people may only live 30 miles from a transmitter, but because of hills, towers, bridges, skyscrapers, may actually need an outdoor antenna, where somebody who is 50 miles away from it, the same transmitter, but with a better line of sight, may only need an indoor antenna like this. So know what you need before you buy. A few things to point out about this antenna though. It's a permanently connected cable, so you need an adapter if you want to get a longer cable. It's about a 6-7 foot cable. I'm not really sure, I'm eyeballing that on there. Comes with these 3M sticky pads to hold it up. One thing the ViewTV has that many don't have is this little red indicator light that will come on when you use it. And it's black on both sides, where often these would be black on one side, white on the other. This one just goes black on both sides. So keep that in mind. A few other things to check out here on this is a pretty straightforward setup guide. There's really not a lot of setup to use with this. They do though offer a phone number, 1-800 number, or in this case 1-866 phone number for tech support in the United States, which is a pretty nice feature. Most antennas manufacturers in this price range do not offer a US-based tech support phone number. So keep that in mind. It's pretty nice that they offer that when most do not. I did hook this up. I did test this out. My initial reaction is, in the price range that this antenna is, and for the mileage it claims, it is consistent with other antennas in this price range. Some of the much more expensive ones that promise 60-65 miles, that are indoor antennas, that cost more money, I did get slightly better performance with those, but I did get the channels I expected to get with an antenna in this price range. Now, your experience may vary. A lot of people say, hey Luke, why didn't you show me what channels you got with it? Well, the reality of that is it really depends on where you live. If you live in an area with good over-the-air reception, you're set. Where I live, an indoor antenna that claims 60 miles at flat air should give me CBS, Fox, ABC, PBS, and some other independent channels. NBC is the one channel that sits where I need an outdoor antenna. This ViewTV brought in all those. A little fuzzy at a few points, but when I compared it to similar antennas with similar specs, this one was well in line with that. So I would say for the price, you get what you would expect to get with it. It does what they say it will do. So I like it. The few things I don't like this proprietary USB cable here. I like it when they use micro USB on this to power the amplifier, because that way, if for instance you lose that cable, you can replace it. Two, I often don't, this cable is often not long enough to go from wherever I put my antenna in the window to a wall outlet. So now I gotta get a USB, like some type of extender cable for this and do different things. This cable is a little short for my liking. And with it not being a micro USB cable, I can't just go on Amazon and buy a 10-foot micro USB cable to do that. This really is made though to be put right behind the TV, and if you're powering this off the TV, this cable is perfect length. If you want to power it off the wall and you go from where the TV is down to the floor jack, this cable just may not be long enough. That's the one thing I would say I didn't like about this. Other than that, it's very consistent with the quality being good quality. It's a good quality cable. The amplifiers seem to work well. I know some people say, well, I don't see a big difference. You may not if you live very close to a transmitter, but if you're in a slightly weaker space, I find that this was more than adequate. The build quality, I didn't have any issues. Setup was super simple, nothing to put together, easy to use, and again, consistent with other antennas in this price range and this mileage. So, questions, comments, let me know. I hope that answered a lot of your questions. I would give this a thumbs up. For the price, it is a decent antenna. If you live close to transmitters where an indoor antenna is all you need, you don't need anything crazy powerful, ViewTV 60-mile antenna is not a bad option for that. Hey, if you have questions, leave us a comment. If you like this, check out our link to this antenna in the show notes. We have a link to it on Amazon. Buying it through that link supports Cord Cutters News. If you have a question about cord cutting in general, not really about this particular antenna, join us every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. We're live on YouTube answering cord cutting related questions, helping you get the most out of your cord cutting experience. Thank you for watching. Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button for more cord cutting news, tips, tricks, and how-to guides.